I know. You read the title and you're already typing your angry comment down below on how ridiculous of a statement that was. However, I think I have some valid points, so just hear me out to the end. I have made it my quest to homebrew everything I can get my hands on, and I can easily say that the 3DS modding scene is not only the most popular, but it's currently at its peak in 2023. So why would you not get one and homebrew it? There are about 100 different videos, all with the same title. You need a 3DS. Go get a 3DS. Or something along those lines. And let me tell you, yes, the 3DS is very cool, and it has a booming modding scene that is discovering more ways to utilize this device daily. However, there are a few daunting cons that I feel like are not discussed that are important to know before you dive headfirst into the community. One being the elephant in the room, the latest update. If you're not in the know, Nintendo recently released update 11.17.0 with the full intent of busting any modding that was going on. It was somewhat unsuccessful. I say somewhat because the community found a workaround the day the update was released. So all is well, right? Wrong. There are now a few prerequisites to modding a 3DS system, complicating the entire system, which was basically download your hacks and load them from an SD. I know it's more complicated than that, but before the latest update, everything worked the same and it worked flawlessly. That's why it was super beginner friendly, as it was hard to mess up the process. Now it's not impossible, but there's much more room for error, especially for those who are new to homebrewing at all. For example, if a beginner acquires a 3DS, they now have to consult the website, albeit the very beginner-friendly website, to see what steps apply to them. Is it an old 3DS? Is it a new 3DS? Is the firmware updated to the latest? If it's already modded, is it an older version of Luma? And I guarantee that many beginners are not following the up-to-date written guide, and they're clicking on the first video tutorial they see on YouTube, which may not even be updated or accurate. And this is coming from a guy whose channel is dedicated to accessibility, showing things through video. Video guides are not always up to date, and especially with this kind of update, it's important to tread lightly. But that's not all. That is one of the cons if you're even able to pick up a 3DS. The aftermarket for these things has only gone up, and I get the question often, when and where is the best time to buy a 3DS? The hard truth is that the best time was anywhere from 2017 to 2020, when Walmart or Best Buy were trying to get rid of stock. You'd have gotten one of these for 50 bucks. And while this is very much too cheap considering the hardware, I know for a fact these unsupported, discontinued, fickle handhelds from the past are not worth the $200 to $300 resale average that you see on eBay, especially in some of the conditions they are being sold in. Look, this one is damaged and it's over $100. And I know you can find better prices from the older models and from not on eBay, but Facebook Marketplace is still just as bad. People know the aftermarket price of these products, and the only way you're getting a good deal is by getting lucky with some garage sale or scamming a schmuck who doesn't know he's about to undersell his kid's old special edition 3DS XL. These prices are at their highest, and I don't see them coming down anytime soon. So unless you're willing to fork out close to the price of a Switch Lite for a device that might be updated to the cursed update, maybe it's not all the glory it's cut out to be. And that's my problem with it. We have all fooled you, yelling from the rooftops how good the system is, while not being transparent of what it's actually like. Yes, there's a ton of good stuff going on with it. If you're wanting your childhood system and there's some games you want to experience as you did then, or hell, there's some obscure games out there that cost way too much, so the free option allows you to cherish a part of history. There are use cases for forking out this money in 2023 and 2024, and I will continue to vouch for how good of a system this is. However, if you're expecting to play tons of games outside of the 3DS and DS library, Game Boy games are about as good as you're gonna get. Other than the really retro stuff like NES, SNES, and things of that nature. You're lucky if you get PlayStation or Nintendo 64 running flawlessly. So it's not the all-in-one emulation machine that it can look like. Also, if you're into collecting, say you're wanting to get every Pokemon Special Edition 3DS. Those are mine, and you stay away. This is the worst time to be searching. I know many of these systems will still rise in value, like the Hylian Shield 2DS is always going to be ridiculous. But in 2023 and 2024, we are reaching new heights in the reseller market. If you're willing to step outside of your original hardware to meet your retro handheld emulation needs, there are plenty of options out there for you, which is a topic for another video. So in summary, you need a 3DS in 2023 if you are looking to play on original hardware specifically, are able to spend enough time finding and hunting for a good aftermarket deal, are an avid console modder, or have money burning a hole in your pocket. You don't need a 3DS in 2023 if you are a collector who can be patient, someone who's not explored other retro emulation options, someone who just wants to play retro games and doesn't care about original hardware, or someone who wants an all-in-one handheld gaming device. There, I hope I have de-influenced you if you felt extremely pressured to fork out all of that money. These things are fun, but don't spend all your budget if you aren't aware of all of the facts, and that is, these prices are too damn high. I know I pulled out the corny meme for this, but seriously, if you have that bug for nostalgia and you're still struggling with the price, maybe try a DS Lite, or you might be able to find an original PSP sitting in the corner of your local Goodwill. Otherwise, take a second to explore some of the other options. Some of the Amber Ink devices are perfect, and there's plenty of Android and Windows-based devices that will satisfy any of your handheld gaming needs. Look, I'll work on a video about it. For now, if you found this useful, hit those buttons, and I'll see you next time.